quick little application. Not that you guys can smell me, but if you were gonna think about how I smell, just know Oasis. What? There's the guitar. Guitar? Keyboard. Organ. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan and let me tell you what. Happiness is not a competition, but if it were, I'm winning because I'm so happy to be here with you guys today. You can't be competitive with joy. You really can't. And some people try to. They go, I'm living a better life than he is. I think my life's better than his. I think I'm doing better. I think I'm feeling better. I think I'm greater overall. And you start doing that. Are you really happy? True happiness comes not just from within, but on your face. And your face is saying you're still trying to outplay that guy. Or maybe you are happy, but you're not content. You don't have inner peace. Find that, guys. Find it. Look for it. It's out there. It's somewhere, but it's not with you. You know who you are. But anyways, I'm feeling really happy. I'm feeling really good. And I'm trying to go through all of 2026, not to date this episode, but I'm trying to go through all of 2026 without having a single bad day. And that's not easy, okay? But I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to accomplish said feat or hand. I would say my biggest advice in trying to pass out these sort of, joyous, jubilant, what's that word I'm looking for? Excelsior! Exuberance. Yes! I don't even need a thesaurus. It's all up here, baby. But I would say people always try to, you kind of log a day, the good and the bad. And the best way, the goal is to not only have good days. That's impossible. You're not immune to the world. Life does not go well. Okay, you could try and compete and go, oh man, his life is going better than mine. Mine's not going great. I'm having a bad day. But hey, dude, if you can find a way to appreciate the bad day for what it is, maybe just in any sort of effort, finding a little glimmer of hope, or just the fact that it outright sucks. Because even having a sucky day makes the good days even sweeter. So at that point, you're appreciating the bad day. Doesn't that make them good days? And that's something to think about. Gandhi said that. And if he didn't, you know what? He should have. He missed the boat, okay? Maybe Gandhi was wrong. He's not the be-all, end-all for wisdom when I'm right here week in and week out dishing it out. So you're welcome. But anyways, I'm feeling very good, feeling very happy, and hopefully you guys can try to apply said knowledge to wherever you see fit. I actually am feeling really good. I'm feeling really lively. It's late. There's no point in even addressing it anymore. Every single episode ever has been recorded not on time, okay? And I would like to blame the fact that my watch is dead, okay? I have it set to go time permanently because the batteries ran out. And that is called deflecting. No, lying. But I think it's an excuse, and I refuse to put batteries in my watch for said reason. In case I'm ever late or something's not on time, I go, where weren't those batteries in there? Don't you have a phone? Sure, but I have the watch, and it's not watching where I'm supposed to be. But yeah, I just hopped out of the shower. It is late, okay? And I've already taken my afternoon cleaning, and I'm ready to lie down. But then I remembered, we still got to record. We still got to have a time. So I cranked that water to freezing, and I made it an uncomfortable sound. No one's here. Nobody's with me. I live alone. But the water got so cold, I started going... I sounded like a turkey, happy Thanksgiving, and if I had any self-respect, let me tell you, it was going to be gone there. Luckily, we were already running on E, so I didn't really notice anything, but it was still a little embarrassing. I got out and I looked myself in the mirror and I said, never again. Either no more cold water or I got to shapen up, man. I cannot be a grown man making turkey. Imagine if I did like the ice bucket challenge for ALS and I'm trying to help people out. I'm trying to, promote a good cause. They go, that's not cool. What do I do? What if it starts raining? What if you're having a very romantic night and you're like, here, I'll hold the umbrella over you, sweetheart. And then I get hit with cold water. I go, I'm taking the umbrella back. I'm sorry, freeze. Yeah, like, if you like disrespect me for sure for not being a gentleman, but I can't, you're going to lose everything. You can't respect the turkey. That's just the law. That's the reason we eat them on Thanksgiving, because there's no respect. There's no rest for the wicked and there's no respect for the turkeys, and I'll stand on that. Gandhi did say that, I believe. And if he didn't, look it up. So feeling pretty good, feeling pretty lively. Got this shirt, $3. Check that out, dude. People always give me crap for going to Kohl's every single day, but I tell you what, I am hunting through the discount aisle. I like it. And especially if you wear big and tall, like a large tall, for some reason the shirts just end up places. Now, granted, it was only an $8 shirt to begin with, but $5 knockoff, that's for me. It's kind of like thrift store, but without, the homeless people, okay? There's just something about it. I like a store where people wear shoes. Sue me. But feeling pretty good. New shirt, new turkey, who dis. And I've been getting strange comments, but not strange bad, strange good, in a way that I often forget that the work that I do, people hear it, if that makes any sense. I do a lot of entertainment and acting and voice acting, but I'm doing it for me. All right, that's where I find my inner peace. I'm having fun with it, but I often genuinely forget people listen to these things, that even gets put out into the world, and that my name is attached to it. But people have been reaching out and messaging me and going, "Oh my gosh, you're great. It was so phenomenal." And it kept me listening. And I don't know if I've ever heard somebody so talented and amazing. And by the way, do you have good hair? And I went, "Oh, you're reading between the lines here." But yes. But yeah, it's been very flattering. So I got to tell you, life is only skyrocket. It blew up. I'm sorry, but you know what? Shouldn't have went that fast. What was that? Wasn't there a rocket? I feel like people talked about, and maybe it's a very sensitive thing to even bring up in the first place, but wasn't there a space shuttle launch? Is this supposed to, maybe I'm proving myself uneducated, but wasn't there a space shuttle launch where they had normal people, average people, citizens, teachers? I feel like I remember my parents saying one of their teachers was on the rocket launch and it blew up. I could be wrong. Either that's true or I made it up. And if I'm wrong, Gandhi said it. Sue him, dude. Sue him. Sue Gandhi. I don't know how to sue people. Everybody always talks about that. Something, you get too many onion rings in your fries. You go, "I'm going to sue McDonald's. I'm going to sue these guys. So this guy cut me off. I'm going to sue him. Oh, they're treating me right. I'm going to sue him." I don't even know how you sue people. I don't know what the steps are to even, can I sue this guy? You look up, no, sue. Is there a button I can press? Is there someone I can talk to? I don't know how to sue. Sue what? So anyways, I'm feeling pretty good. Sleep schedule has been good and bad at the same time. Like I stay up too late, but then I wake up early. Hot dog. That's actually just less sleep. So, the less sleep I have to schedule technically makes it a good sleep schedule with whatever it is. I did, however, wake up in a panic, an absolute nightmare this morning, okay? For some reason, I snapped awake and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to be watching somebody's dogs." I'm not. Or if I am, I have no idea. But I woke up feeling like I was supposed to be watching someone's dogs and I was late. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, it's been 3 days and I haven't went to go check on that husky." And again, I don't think there's a husky that I'm forgetting, but could I be? Perhaps. And if there is a dog that is waiting for me to let it out and give it some food this weekend, woof, I'm sorry. Hopefully this podcast makes it up for my lack of discipline, and you could try and sue me, but how does that really work anyways? I gotta stop saying I'm not a big fan, but I also don't want to do that whole wristband. Man, this podcast has been going on for a while, huh? You can look back a couple years ago and you can see myself snapping a rubber band to go, "I don't want to say I don't want to say I don't mind it in doses, but you don't want to get too carried away. Sometimes you just go, home. But we'll see. How are rehearsals going, you ask? They're going phenomenal. I'm still trying to memorize. There's a lot of lines. There's a lot of things to commit to memory. You almost got me. I almost said it, but I didn't. And it's going well. It is. I also did not realize, I thought we were going to be mic'd up for this play. We're not. And I obviously am still recovering from some vocal injuries. It might not be conducive to said health to be projecting a little bit more. "Doth mother know you weareth the drapes?" So we'll see how that goes. That might be a problem, a crucial mistake on my part. Payment is due. And what payment? Pain, sacrifice. And that's what we do for the arts. We care, but very beautiful, very great. Oops, I guess, is all I can really say about that. They also had me write a bio for it, which I haven't done in a while. I don't think I had to do that for any sort of on-camera voiceover. Maybe a while ago, like for just like minor websites where you're kind of like pay to play or whatever. But writing a bio about yourself where, oh, Tristan is so excited to make his debut, and you're writing about yourself, and it's so hard because I don't know how it feels egotistical, to write. They're like, write about your accomplishments, your awards, and how fantastic you are, but not that much. And I go, well, I don't really know, do I steer into this fake little arrogant character of mine and go, oh, Tristan he's super excited, but also nonchalant. I mean, he knows what he brings to the table. Need he say more? And just leave it at that. Meanwhile, everyone's got like a paragraph of all these beautiful talents and works that they've gone through. I was like, I don't even know. I also haven't been doing stage, so I don't even have anything to put in there. So it just kind of came out with whatever it was. I didn't know what to write. But it's going to be on the little pamphlet, little bill. They're going to go, hey, Tristan, what? Why is he talking about puzzles again? Well, that's how his week went. Hey, guys, I'm happy to be here with you. Tristan is happy to be here with you, and he would like to sue, but he doesn't know quite how to get there. So it's a thing. But anyways, what else happened this past weekend? I went to Sky Zone. Very phenomenal with a couple friends, Dart and Miss Annie. Gosh dang it, I did it! No! I did it twice. But yeah, we went to a trampoline park, Sky Zone, and it was absolutely a blast, man. And I got to tell you, if you haven't been on a trampoline in a long time, it's scary. Which is weird. It's been some years since I've been on a trampoline, and you're hitting some flips, doing some flips, and I wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it. Okay, you see the bounce pads and you run at it with absolute freedom. You see the children doing it. How hard could it be, right? And you're bouncing, you're going a bit high. It's a bit uncomfortable. I also jumped out like onto the carpet way too many times. Like I'm like, boom, exit through the air. Not a good idea for the ankles because it's not absorbing that. Absolute pain. Felt that one tomorrow. That was me in the present time talking about tomorrow. That was a few days ago. I'm still feeling it. But yeah, I was so excited to be doing some flips, but I couldn't remember how to do them. And it was one of those things where like, I'm going to throw caution and myself to the wind, where I'm just going to go out there. The kids can do it. I'm going to fake it till I make it. And that's the issue with trampolines. And that's the issue in general, that gravity doesn't care about confidence. You can go as confident as you want into a flip. You're still falling on your face. And I crashed and I fell down and I hit everybody and everything. And I felt all of it, still feeling it. And that's just me, dude. So Sky Zone was a blast. But I'm actually worried about, let's not commit to this thing, okay? Why are you trying to better yourself right now? I'm happy. I'm having fun. I am what I am. So, oh yeah, dude, when you take the power back, when you purposely put an out there, I was saying it on accident. Oh no. It's like it's mine now. This is my word, okay? But anyways, It was pretty cool. The kids were stoked, and even the employees came up to me afterwards, like, how are you doing backflips so smooth and slow? It looks sick, dude. And I went, thank God. I didn't know idea what I was floundering up there, but you didn't know, okay? So gravity was not fooled, but that guy was. And all the kids were coming up. So needless to say, I was the coolest kid on the playground, which is a ball. It's always nice, okay? When you can just do anything that the children can't, and they go, how are you doing that, man? I have also caught myself saying stay warm to people. There is a cold snap, cold front, a front of cold, a lot of cold, a chock full of cold coming through Ohio right now, whatever you want to say. I don't know what the forecasters say, not that they really mean what they're saying anyways, but there's a lot of cold coming through, and I have caught myself more than once just keep going, hey guys, all right, stay warm, instead of all right, see you later, take it easy, whatever, have a good one. I go, hey, stay warm. What am I talking about? All right, am I old enough to be even saying stay warm? And furthermore, I don't really care if you do, and I don't mean that in a mean way, but like, what are we talking about? You'll be warm or you won't. And I'm worried about me, all right? I'm cold. Why do I need you to stay warm? And furthermore, are you going to stay warm just because I told you to, huh? You're like, oh my gosh, if only Tristan told me to stay warm when he left that store, okay? You'll be warm. You're going to stay warm. It's like people say, drive safe, do something safe, be safe. Like, yeah, I'm going to be safe because I want to be safe, not because the guy told me to be safe. Maybe if I said, I wish you warm, like I wish you well, I wish you warmth. I hope warmth finds you. But someone's like, I'm not going to go out of my way unless somebody tells me to stay warm. No more commands. Only wishes from now on, okay? I'm talking about gentle partings, gentle greetings and salutations. That's how I want to live my life no more. No more have a good day. Hey, I hope you have a good day. I hope goodness finds you. Now, you got to do this. You got to do that. Stay warm. I don't care, guys. You know what? You're going to be warm if you want to be warm. What if you want to be cold? Okay? You ever think about that? What if you're going around to Frosty the Snowman? Hey, stay warm. Well, you just killed him, you sicko. This is why we can't go around being all aggressive and confident and arrogant about what we want other people to do. Stay in your own lane, or he'll sue you. However that works. Error? So, what? Oh, I got a little tale from the dollar store. I went to the Dollar Tree recently, not my normal one. I went to a Dollar Tree across town, which is always interesting to sort of get a feel on what the local population is like, okay? My area, it's pretty dingy. My Dollar Tree, you know, it's run down, but it's the Dollar Tree, and that's what to expect, but that might just be my peeps. These might just be my, you know, it's a reflection. The Dollar Tree is often a reflection of the area itself, I find, or at least that's what I thought. But I was in a nicer town, and the Dollar Tree is still just as weird. So it's nice to know some things never change. Everybody's always worried about the world and what's going to happen next and how everything's so unpredictable. Everything's so out of our hands. We don't have any control in life, except the dollar store will always be full of weirdos and interesting people, including me. But I went to the Dollar Tree just to get an energy drink very quickly. I'm not even worried about saying I don't know why I made a point to acknowledge it, and now I'm embarrassed about it, as if there was ever a complaint. No one's ever said anything. I'm the only one that's ever brought it up, and then I said I'm not going to do it anymore, and now we're talking about it, and now I'm doing it again. Come on, take the power back. So they do what you told ya. So, anyways, I was at the Dollar Tree, and I was just getting an energy drink very quickly, and I was running late because, again, my watch is dead. So I was grabbing an energy drink, and I walk up to the counter, and this guy, I want to paint a good picture for you. It wasn't a mullet, but they were heavy sideburns, the kind that you'd expect on a magician. And I set my energy drink on the counter, and he goes, I go, is that for me? Okay. And I want to inquire, but I also don't know what the detail is, and I'm in a rush, okay? It might just be in the Dollar Tree, might just be having a time. He's having a little giggle, and I'm like, oh, did I get it wrong? Is it about my product? Is that because of my energy drink? Did I get the wrong one? You know, it is the Dollar Tree, sort of recall city. It's not the nicest place in the world, certainly not a Kohl's, okay? You are lucky if somebody's wearing shoes in a store like this, but I'm waiting. Again, he goes, I can't. And I go, don't ask. You're running late, I think. You don't ask. And I can't help myself. And I go, what's so funny? Tristan, you knucklehead. And he goes, I was thinking of something very, very silly. I can't tell you. And I go, oh, that was close. Whew. Good thing he can't even bring it up. He goes, I shouldn't. And I go, what is it? You know, like an impulse, okay? Like I've got Tourette's, but for digging deeper into a conversation that I don't even really want to be in, or don't have time to, at least. And he goes, okay. So, you know quarters? And I go, oh boy, it's a riddle. And he goes, so I was just thinking about why quarters have those ridges. It's because pirates used to shave the coins down so they could sell the medals, and that way they know if anyone's tampering with it. And I go, oh, what? You know, I'm waiting for like some sort of punchline, and he dropped a fun fact on me, and, you know, don't get me wrong, it was interesting. You probably heard it before. Gandhi's probably brought it up at some point. And he's laughing away, and then I realize that's it. You know, you ever like wait for more to the story? Like you're even to be generous and to be chivalrous, and you want to laugh at the party, even if you don't think it's funny. You're like, I'm going to laugh. I'm going to give this guy the laugh. He wants to laugh. They want to be funny. I'm going to give you the laugh. where do I, it's kind of like somebody's doing double dutch. I'm trying to skip rope. I'm like, when do I go in? When do I throw the laugh at you? And I go, and they go, that wasn't a joke. I'm freaking, and you're like, yes. And they're like, yeah, that was funny. It's always a weird thing. You don't know when it is, especially when the joke has no punchline. Oh, you got me good, sir. So I'm sitting there waiting for the punchline. He's cracking up and go, that's crazy. So anyways, I grab my drink and I'm ready to skedaddle, and I go, all right, well, thank you for that's a fun fact. I'll have to bring that up to people. Like, it's just crazy, dude. I mean, why were they doing that? And I go, I don't know. You stay warm, man. And I was running out the door. And at this point, okay, Captain Currency is dealing with another guy right behind me, and he goes, hey, man. And I go, freaking me? He's like, look at this dollar. I was like, there's no shot. So he's dealing with this strong, big, older, blue-collar guy. He's like, what do you think happened to this dollar? It's, crank it up. Maybe got a couple rips in it. He goes, this dollar's seen some things. What did he do with that? He's like making fun of the guy's money right in front of him. And now they're both looking at me, and I go, no, we're not, okay, that's not part of my shtick. And now they're looking at me. I got to say something and sort of be like the liaison between these two parties, and that I want nothing to be with them. Like, I freaking, that's money, man. I don't know. It's perfectly, like, you ask him about the quarters, actually. I got to go. And I just left. Stay warm. All right. I got to go. I don't care if they weren't, but very, very fun in the Dollar Tree. It was an awkward situation for me, and I'm still sort of thinking about where that punchline was. Where was the joke at? You know what? He was having a good time. That's all that really matters. He probably got punched in the face, though, later on. What is up with your dollar, man? I can still hear him laughing in the background. Maybe he was going to do a magic trick with it. Nobody knows for sure. So, anyways, that was a fun experience. Again, nice to go to a Dollar Tree outside of your territory and go, you guys are just as funky over here, Some things are just the way that it is. The prophecy has been fulfilled. You build a Dollar Tree and they will come. Who? The insane. That was an So I also did a God of War impression recently. I am pretty stoked on it. I haven't done an impression video in a while. Obviously, I'm always making voices and I'm always making sounds, but it felt really good to do another impression. And not only that, I think it's the first time that anybody has commented fake. To go, fake, dude. You're this isn't, I don't believe it. And I go, like, how flattering is that? Obviously, it's not perfect. It's not close. In my head, I'm like, 80% hopefully at best. But for somebody to go, no shot, dude. I can tell it's way too close. You're copying it, lip syncing. I know what you're doing. And again, so flattering. One, I forget that people outside of like friends and family are going to see that, but it was really cool. And some people were defending me, which actually made me feel worse. Like, dude, he's actually doing this really good by himself. It's not that close. So I go, okay, you could have left out the last part. Could have just agreed with him. It's kind of like going to the gym and I'm hitting the bench press. Okay. This is not the bench press, but I'm hitting some curls. And then they go, hey, dude, looking pretty jacked. You natural? And I go, oh, dude, I'm natch. And they go, I don't think so. Steroids. And I go, and I am natty. But I'm going, thank you, man. That's a big compliment. And then someone else comes by and goes, dude, are you kidding me? Of course he's not on steroids. That's a normal looking physique. And I go, thank you for defending me. Please step aside. I'll sue you. However that works. So inconvenient for sure, but it was just the way that it went. And very, very stoked to get that up at least. So we'll see. So what else is going on, man? Not much. I gotta tell you, really liking this shirt. I think it's making me look tanner for some reason. And that is not true. It's the dead of winter. But luckily, my mom hasn't called me pale yet. Usually somewhere around January, February, right near March, like when the sun starts peeking through in spring, and my mom just suddenly becomes golden brown, and she goes, why are you so pale? Who is her? And not looking forward to that. She's going to roast me, and I know it's going to happen. She doesn't mean anything wrong by it. She just wants me to feel bad. No, she doesn't. She thinks I'm sick, which is just as worse, just as bad. So, anywho, I saw Amazon, I guess, is partnering with Ford, which is big news, I guess. If you're into that kind of thing, Amazon, discount outlet, getting your stuff. Getting a Ford car off there. It feels weird to put a car on Amazon. It really does. Also, I feel like anybody who's sort of buying cars, it's not one of those things, like they put a lot of stuff on Amazon where you're looking for something and say, oh, well, what about this? I'm not going to be looking for battery operated candles and go, oh, is that a Ford Bronco, and just add that to my cart. Like, what are they hoping for? Do they do payment plans? I'm going to get a little discount, but don't worry, Prime shipping. It's going to be just fine. How do the returns work? I have no idea. It was a bit smaller than I expected. Does it come gift wrapped? Is there that selection? Is there a Prime Day deal? Is there an exclusive? I need to know these things, okay? Can I have it delivered at a later date and then get some free credits? Does it come with the gas? I just don't know, but people are very excited about it. I have no idea, dude. I somehow, save for later, is there a Ford Fiesta in your cart? And good luck, dude. What if you're sharing your freaking Amazon account with somebody and they just start adding vehicles to your cart? I can't afford. Why is my cart so expensive? So, anyways, we'll see. How does the delivery work? I have no idea. Does it come on a car trailer? Do they drive the car? Does the Amazon driver... Can I order an Amazon car? Does the Amazon driver drive the Ford vehicle to my place? And then how does he get home? Does he have to Uber home? Does he deliver all his packages in the new Ford and then just leave it? And then now he lives with me? How does that work? I have so many questions. Ford, what are we doing? Partner with Amazon. I wonder how many other vehicles. Is everything going to be sold through Amazon? Everything's a monopoly. Sue him! Sue him! So anyways, it's big deal for anybody who's, one, looking for a new car and also, investing into Amazon, maybe. Could be big for stonks. I don't know, man. I don't know. I need to stop buying stuff on Amazon. I do know that. Can you return a Ford car at Kohl's? That's the reason I keep going to Kohl's, by the way, is because I keep buying stuff that I'm like, it's not what I wanted. And they're like, it was the picture. And I go, I know, but I wasn't looking at it. So I don't know. Can I drive my car? Like, all right, put the keys on the counter. It's got a few bumps, okay? The original packaging's here. There's some wear and tear, clicking the little boxes. Yeah, it's got a couple flat tires. Seats are stolen for sure, but it's in okay shape. Can I get the quick little refund? Just a quick $90K. Just put that back on my account. Put it back on the original card, please. Thank you. That'd be great. And then I get the little 10% off code for Kohl's. Thanks. I actually needed this. This is bigger because there might be a shirt-on deal. So we'll see. Good luck, Kohl's employees. Can you return a car in general? I have so many thoughts. None of them are wise. But I had a thought a second ago and it just disappeared. Gone. That sucks. Man, what was it? I remembered. I found it. So the past 4 days, every time I leave to go get in my car, my trunk's open. Nothing's been taken. Everything is in there. There's not much in there to begin with. Okay, there's an ice scraper, which, by the way, I don't like chopping the ice off my windshield, and I hate that I make it worse on myself, but I get in, I turn the wiper blades on, and I try and chop in between, kind of like the double dutch. I'm waiting, when do I laugh? When do I chop? And I feel like it's making it go faster, but I know that it's not. In fact, it's making it go slower and more inconvenient, and I look like I'm wrestling with the wiper blades for no reason by myself. But anyways, my trunk has been open, and I don't know how this is happening, but I have a theory. Okay, that I have not been locking my car at night, and somebody has been hopping into my trunk. I understand it sounds a little crazy, because if my car is unlocked in the first place, you'd think they'd want to sit in a seat, maybe recline, okay? But he doesn't want me sneaking out there, okay, and seeing somebody in my car calling the cops, right? So what do? Pull the hatch, hop in the trunk, get down, emergency hatch in the morning, bail, okay? So I come out, somebody's in my trunk, I believe. I don't know how I'm going to catch them. I don't know how I'm going to prove this, but I think they're in there. because somebody told him to stay warm. And he didn't want to be in the trunk, but somebody told him to do it. He's like, well, I got to stay warm. I got to hop in your trunk, and I'm going to get to the bottom of this, but it's somebody else's fault, and it might be mine. What if I told a guy and he's like, all right, dude, but I'm going to have to use your trunk. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. That is all we have today. It wrapped around so beautifully. It really did. So if you have a good sleep schedule or bad schedule, remember to put batteries in your watch. If that's good advice or bad advice, I can't tell you, but don't sue me even if you knew how. Go to Sky Zone, but don't trust gravity. It's here to betray you. It's a dangerous mistress. People are out to get you, and they have lots of fun details and facts, but mostly about your money. So make sure you pay in card, because they will attack you, especially if they're magicians. So make sure you use a card when you buy your said car on Amazon, and then when you got people sneaking in your trunk, just remember it's all your fault because you told them to stay warm in the first place. Guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the next one. I love you to pieces. It's bedtime for me. I also just did an audition too, and I kind of feel bad about it because I did it before I showered. You know, I gave them the dirty version of me. How are we doing? You know, I gave an unpolished, like, for my professional career, and then I came on here, showered for you guys, gobble gobble. That means I'm chilly. So actually, yeah, stay warm lest ye gobble. All right, guys, I'll see you. Stay warm. Happy holidays. If you're watching this right now, I'll see you. Peace. Wait, hold on.